Getter simply read singer Mick Hucknall is not a fan of Jeremy Corbyn. Manchester-born singer, who has sold more than 50 million albums, mingled with leading Tories, including Boris Johnson and Philip Hammond, at a party held by The Spectator magazine and was vehement in his contempt for Corbyn. He told me, "I was raised as working class and I've voted Labour all my life, but I could never back Corbyn. He's not fit to lead this country." The same goes for John McDonnell and Diane Abbott. Their plans for the economy, like nationalisation of the utilities, don't add up and would bankrupt us. As for Brexit, Corbyn was a spineless coward in not campaigning harder for us to stay in the EU. Hucknall, 58, was a big backer of Tony Blair. He was among the number of Cool Britannia celebrities entertained by him at number 10, and he believes the Tory government is the inheritor of the Blairite mantle, but he would not be drawn on whether he would vote Conservative at an election, although he certainly seemed at home among the establishment figures at the Spectator bash, sipping Pol Rojo champagne while well-wishers, from broadcaster Andrew Neil, 69, to the Duke of Beaufort, 66, came up to him to say how much they liked Simply Red from the days of their albeit distant youth. "I was raised as working class and I've voted Labour all my life, but I could never back Corbyn." Mick Hucknall admirers of Elizabeth Debicki will be delighted to learn that the Will-We actress will return for a sequel to The Night Manager, the spy drama by John le Carré which became a huge hit for the BBC 2 years ago. Miss Debicki, 27, who played an arms dealer's mole, will become even more entwined with the hotel manager-turned-spy Jonathan Pine Tom Hiddleston, pictured as she aids his undercover investigations. But while well be treated to more steamy scenes with Hiddleston, who thrilled viewers most of them by baring his bottom in the first series, in real life Elizabeth has yet to find true love. A work schedule rather than being unduly picky appears to be the problem in locating a romantic partner. Getty Elizabeth Debicki with Tom Hiddleston, and while her height 6 feet 3 inches may intimidate some men, she has no such issues. "I've dated shorter men and it hasn't been a problem," declares Elizabeth, who was raised in Melbourne. "What I'm really looking for is a normal, honest, real person, but by far the most attractive trait in any putative partner is intelligence. When you meet someone with whom you can have a proper conversation, that's what life's all about really," she says. "And obviously, a well-cut suit is great too, while Aidan Turner gets all the attention from excitable fans in Poldark. Jack Farthing, who plays his nemesis George Warlegan, is too busy concentrating on his bouffant hair to be jealous. "My time in makeup is significant, it's tongs and rollers and hairspray like you would never imagine," hoots Oxford-educated Jack, 32. The actor is sensitive to Warlegan being depicted as nothing more than a treacherous hate figure in the BBC's Poldark saga. "I see George not just as the villain of the piece but as a three-dimensional human being with lots of demons, insecurities, anger and resentment," he declares loftily. It wasn't so long ago that Pierce Brosnan talked, rather wolfishly, about older men being attracted to younger women with a lustfulness of yearning, because they were aware that their chances of successful pursuit were running out. "You see it in men, that fear that the clock is ticking," said Brosnan, 65, who stars in the forthcoming Mamma Mia sequel. "There are just so many gorgeous women and there's your attitude to time and the ticking of it, and what could have been." Getter Pierce Brosnan and his wife Keely, but the Irish actor's own monogamy is in sharp contrast to such predatory chatter about conquests of pliant popsies. He has just celebrated his 17th wedding anniversary to US journalist Keely Shea Smith. He was married first to Cassandra Harris, who of ovarian cancer, aged 43, in 1991. He enthuses warmly about Keely. "I enjoy married life, that's the way I like it. I'm one of those guys who believes you need a strong woman in your life. I found a great woman in her. Not if I searched a million times over would I find one as good. The Queen has pretty conventional ideas when it comes to food, but I learned that she has a taste for taramasalata." Wenham was chatting with a flunky about the subject of buffets. The matter had come up during a discussion on what guests might be offered as snacks in the royal box at Ascot. She declared that she loved the Greek dish of cod's roe accompanied by a little lemon and pita bread. The monarch's favourite summer fare remains poached salmon with new potatoes. She is known to make it for herself and Prince Philip when they spend cosy Saturday nights on their own watching television at their Windsor Castle apartment. If Queen has a taste for taramasalata. Inventor Sir James Dyson is worth some £9 billion, but he rarely enjoys a good night's sleep. "There are disturbed nights. I'm often worrying, thinking, trying to solve problems," says the 71-year-old entrepreneur. What's keeping Dyson awake right now is not the noise of his bagless vacuum cleaners but his desire to build an electric car that is radically different from current models. He has invested £2 billion and is employing 400 staff at his Wiltshire factory in readiness to have the first car on sale in 2020. This car really matters to me, it's a big deal. Then we want to look at electric airplanes. Such determination leaves Dyson little time to enjoy his luxuries. A super yacht called Nalin, his land portfolio of 25,000 acres, bigger than the Queen's Sandringham estate, but at least he doesn't waste too much time sending emails. He refuses to fire off more than 6 a day. Dave Bennett, Getty, Maria Sharapova and Alexander Gilks attended the Argento-balled swift exit from Wimbledon of Maria Sharapova, who was unseated in the first round by fellow Russian Vitalia Diatchenko, will at least mean the 31-year-old will have more time to practice her grunting with boyfriend Alex Gilks. Miss Sharapova, who won Wimbledon in 2004, has become seriously entwined with art auctioneer Alex, 38, who was watching her at SW19. Gilks, the son of a dermatologist and raised in Battersea, has strong royal connections. At Eton, he became best friends with Prince William and used to employ Princess Eugenie at his New York auction house. Through his first wife, designer Misha Nonu, from whom he parted after 4 years' marriage, he is also close to Meghan and was a guest at her wedding to Prince Harry. Sharapova fell from grace in 2016 at the Australian Open after testing positive for meldonium, a banned drug which increases blood flow. During her 15-month suspension, she studied at Harvard Business School and launched Sugarpova, a chain of confectionery shops, which is handy for her lover Alex, who, apparently, has an exceptionally sweet tooth. Serena Williams' decision to wear compression tights at Wimbledon means an end for the lucky white socks she usually dons while playing. This may be welcome news for fellow females in the locker room. She used to insist on sporting the same pair throughout a tournament, during which time she considered it bad karma if they saw the inside of a washing machine. Fans of men behaving badly may soon be rewarded with an updated version of the 1990s sitcom, according to rumors that writer Simon Nye could revive the series with stars Neil Morrissey, Martin Clunes, Caroline Quentin and Leslie Ash. But while Morrissey has said he would be only too happy to appear again as a beery, skirt-chasing slob typecasting, his screen flatmate Martin Clunes appears lukewarm. Not least because the jug-eared actor has made a fortune from productions such as Doc Martin. I suppose it would be called old men behaving badly. Not that I believe that I personally look at all old, although time has not been kind to Neil, quipped Clunes, 56. Besides, I wonder if it's wise to revisit something that did so well when it was at its peak. It used to get 14 million viewers in its day, but I don't think that's possible now. Getty. Dame Olivia de Havilland celebrated her 102nd birthday. Congratulations to Dame Olivia de Havilland, who last week celebrated her 102nd birthday at home in Paris. The oldest living Oscar winner, the only surviving cast member of Gone with the Wind, tells me she is close to finishing her autobiography. The great star is sanguine about her age, musing, "If I must leave this life, I would like to do so ensconced on a chaise longue, perfumed, wearing a velvet robe and pearl earrings, with a flute of champagne beside me and having just discovered the answer to the last problem in a British crossword."